Today I'm going to show you how to solve systems of equations by graphing, except this time we're going to do it with the graphing calculator. So before, if you had this system, you would start here at the y-intercept, graph it, then you do your slope, up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1. You'd graph the line, then you'd go to the other one, say this one starts at positive 2, it goes down 3 over 1, so down 3 over 1. You'd wait till they hit each other, and then you'd tell me that solution right there. And that's 1, negative 1. Now you can use your graphing calculator to do that graphing and find that section for you. So here is my calculator. Ours is a little bit different from each other. But if you turn yours on, I want you to clear everything out. And the first thing I want you to do before we do all this is to actually reset the calculator. A lot of things have been done to the calculators, a lot of things have been used on them, and you never know what someone left you, and it might mess you up because of it. So the first thing, hit that plus key on your calculator, but before you do that, sorry, I should have told you to hit the second key. So second key and the plus key. So that's yellow key and plus. So here it is on mine, second and plus. So that got us into the memory. Next thing we're going to do is hit the reset. So we're going to go down to number 7. You can hit the number 7 and that will reset it for you. And then we're going to do all RAM, so the first one right here. So number 1. Yes, you do want to set it, so make sure you hit option 2. And it will reset, and once it says clear, you're good to go. So clear it out and we're good. Okay, so if you're going to graph these, the first thing we need to use is the graphing key. So you see it up here. These are all your graphing keys up right next to your screen. So we're going to hit the y equals key, and we're going to enter each of these graphs into each of these. So it should say y equals 2x minus 3, and then right below it we're going to put the other one, y equals negative 3x plus 2. So let's try that out. 2x, now for your x you've got to use this key right here. Everyone see it? Right there. Put in that x, and then minus 3, so minus 3. Now I'm going to hit enter to go down to my next one, and this time I want to put negative 3x plus 2. So when you mean negative, make sure you hit the negative key. If you mean subtract, put subtract. Those things will mess you up. So I want negative 3x, so again for my x, I'm going to use my variable key here, and then plus 2. So if you need to pause and let everyone get there, please do. But we got both of our graphs in exactly as you should see them in your calculator. Alright, now that we have those in, we are going to hit our graph key and look at them. So go ahead and do that. Yours looks a lot better than mine because yours is in color. And if yours is not looking like that or gives you any sort of error, go back to your y equals. Make sure you got your variables in there. Make sure this is a subtraction sign, not a negative sign. And make sure this one is a negative sign, not a subtraction sign. So any errors, go back right there and see what's going on. So I'm in my graph and I see the same picture that we got over here, but our calculator is doing it. So instead of guessing where that is, we're going to get our calculator to actually tell us where it is. So we're going to hit our second key right here and our trace key, which is going to take us to calculate right there. And this is going to find everything that we want about this graph. And we're looking for the point of intersection, so we're going to go to option number 5. So I'm going to hit the number 5, or you can scroll down and hit enter on 5. So option 5. So it's asking about different curves. This is more of for like calculus and beyond. All you really need to do is hit enter at this point. So you see this first curve equal sign, hit enter. You don't have other curves. And then do another one right there. So you got enter, enter. And then one more enter right there will make it actually work. So intersection is 1, negative 1. That's exactly what we got right here. So 1, negative 1 is our intersection. Alright, any questions so far? If you need to, pause that and go back. So we're going to skip ahead a little bit. I'm going to leave this one right here for you. So number 2 is for you. And we're going to go on to number 3. Now the problem with number 3 is it's not one you can do in your calculator. Check it out. You've got y equals and y equals. This one says x equals. So if you see any vuxes, so ones with vertical lines, you've actually still got to do these by hand. So this says a vertical line at 3, so right there, at 3. And this one says I got to start at 1, go down 1 over 1, down 1 over 1, down 1 over 1 until I hit right there. So again, if you see a vux, or it only has an x in it. You have to do it by hand. So this is still 3, negative 2. So other types you're going to see are ones like, we're skipping ahead, I'm leaving the rest of those for you. We're going to skip ahead. You don't have that page. You have this page. We're going to skip ahead to let's do number 12. So number 12 has some special things going on. So if you look back at your calculator, we have y equals. We don't have, what does this one say? X minus 4y equals. So we've actually got to rearrange this into slope-intercept form before we put it onto here. Now, just to leave our calculator ready to go, if you hit your clear key right here, it's going to clear out all of those graphs so that you're ready to go and use it later, okay? So put your calculator to the side. Let's do a little bit of work. So slope-intercept form says y equals mx plus b. So I've got my y-intercept, I've got my slope. Here's my y, I've got negative 4y's, and my 1x is on the wrong side. So I need to subtract this over there. So switch the side, switch the sign. So my negative 4y is fine, and that is equal to my positive 1x becomes a negative 1x, and my negative 4 gets shoved down the line a little bit. So it says plus b. I just pushed it down and put my negative 1x in front of it. After that, we're going to divide by that negative 4, because I just want y, I don't want negative 4 of them. So make sure everything gets divided by that. Cancels. Y is equal to negative over negative cancels, and a negative over a negative cancels. So 4 divided by 4 is 1. So that is one of the graphs we're going to put right in here.
Mr. Scientist, could you please come to the main office? Mr. Scientist, the main office, please.
Sorry about that interruption there. So we're going to go to our calculator, and we're going to put in this fraction. So if you're putting in a fraction, don't worry about it. Just say 1 divided by 4. It knows exactly what you're talking about. So the fraction 1/4 is written as 1 divided by 4. Put in your x, put in plus 1. Hit enter. We've got to go get that other equation. So back to our work over here. So I'm on this equation now, and I need to rearrange this one into slope-intercept form. So I've got the y equals. I've actually got negative 4y equals again. So I need to subtract my 4x to the other side. So when you switch the side, switch the sign. So minus 4x or negative 4x. And this is a positive 12, so say plus 12 when you push it down the line. Divide everything by that negative 4. And y is equal to negative over negative makes a positive. X minus 3, that was a positive, divided by negative, that's negative. 12 divided by 4 is 3. So here we are again on our calculator. Get that ready to go. And we're going to put in 5 divided by 4 x minus 3. So again, if you are going to get an error in this next step, make sure that you have that variable in there, that x, and make sure that you have a subtraction there instead of a negative. So I'm going to graph it. Let's see what it looks like. And then I'm going to hit, I see the answer right there. I'm going to hit second trace. I'm going to find the intersection, so option number 5. I'm going to hit enter through these options. So enter, enter, and then one more enter to make it actually tell us. And so the point of intersection there is 4, 2. Let's find it, 4, 2. Okay, so I think you know you got everything you need to know now to solve this. You've got a couple other problems on here, so 2 others on the first page, and you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 left over here. So finish those up on your own, and then when you're done with this, go on to a tablet, get on Alex, and continue on your winter's dozen. That is due when you get back from break, but I really don't want you having to work over all of your winter break on that. So get started on that when you're done with this.